How is it going today, Loyalist Kingdom? My name's Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Hey, we have for you 4 disturbing true playground horror stories. Oh Lord, by Mr. Nightmare.
I just thought of it for some reason because dealing with kids.
Yeah. All right. If you guys have any extra requests, please follow us on all our social media. See the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. And this is the last day of the Loyalist merch.
Yes. After today, we are packaging and sending out all the orders. So everybody that has ordered the merch is coming.
It's coming.
So
that's that money.
I bet you it is just sitting in a sewer waiting for one of them too.
Stop.
Stop. Oh, I got a little muscle.
We got a little muscle. Oh, okay, alright. I used to be fly back in the day.
It did.
When I was 17 in my last year of high school, I was finally starting to hit things off with a girl I liked. I'll call her Lynn. Lynn was a big pot smoker. At the time, it really wasn't my thing, but I went along with it just because.
You wanted to get that.
I live a couple blocks from her, so I always walked before I got a car. Across the street from her house is a park. Commonly at night, she'd instant message me on AOL to come hang out at the park.
AOL?
Sometimes we'd just sit on the playground at night and talk for hours. Sometimes she'd convince me to smoke with her.
Don't smoke.
It was always such a private place to hang out and talk, especially at night. A line of thick trees surrounded the playground as well, creating a wall of sorts. Well, one night we both snuck out around 12 and met at the playground in the park. We talked for a while. Then Lynn perked up, playfully hit me on the shoulder, and said, "We should play hide and seek." It may sound immature for a couple seniors in high school to play hide and seek. But
not really, I'll play
seemed like it would be fun.
Just not at night outside.
She told me to go to the trees and count to 30.
30?
When I was done, my first instinct was, of course, to check the playground. And if she wasn't there, I'd move on to the picnic bench area. We always had flashlights on us when we went to the park, because this was before everyone had phones with flashlights in their pockets.
I see, y'all said AOL.
Right. From the grass
That's out of
the
business.
wood fiber mulch surrounding the playground. I aimed my flashlight up to the playground, because I guess I was too lazy to go up there if I didn't have to. You know those big plastic circular things with a bunch of tiny holes in it that a lot of playgrounds have?
I don't know.
Maybe not, but there was one of those things up at the highest level of the playground, and through a bunch of holes, I could see what appeared to be skin and a jacket, but what stood out the most was her eye peering through one of the holes. Instead of going up there right away, I decided it would be fun to kind of mess with her. I waved the flashlight around the playground, pretending like I didn't see her. I was going to walk to the picnic area, turn on the flashlight, walk around to the trees, back to the playground, sneak up on her, and scare the living daylight out of her. Don't ask me why, I just wanted to.
It's the thrill of the shit.
I walked to the picnic area, shut off the flashlight, and snuck back over to the playground. I was careful not to make noise as I crept through the wood chips that the playground sat on. Before I could even step foot on the first platform of the playground, something grabbed my arm and pulled me. I actually screamed, but stopped when I heard Lynn's laughter. I turned on the flashlight and was relieved to see it was her.
Jasmine right there.
The prank obviously backfired completely. After that, we went back up to the second level platform of the playground that we always chilled in. I asked her if she knew that I saw her behind that plastic thing at the top of the playground.
That probably wasn't her.
But she was confused. She acted as if she never went up there.
Oh, no.
I explained to her that I saw someone up there. We both looked up as the tiny creaking sounds we had been hearing every so often suddenly made a disturbing amount of sense. I aimed the light up there, which revealed someone's head hunched over the railing of the platform above us.
Just imagine.
At the same time, we heard footsteps kicking the wood chips around right below the platform we were sitting on.
So it was 2 people?
I made the first move for us to run, and Lynn followed suit.
Then 2 in the 1.
I turned out my flashlight while we ran, which wasn't long since Lynn's house was right across the street.
Oh, that's not good.
We went to her room, shut the curtains, and I stayed there for the night, not wanting to go home. That marked the end of our late night visits to the park.
You just got creepy random people playing hide and seek in the dark on a playground. So they're playing hide and seek. Let me join.
If it was like, I want to play. Can I play?
Can I be a third?
Right.
Do you have any memories?
That remind me of Fortnite.
Kid that just make you uncomfortable to think about, especially since you were so young at the time that you didn't know any better.
Pause.
Well, this is mine.
On all the construction.
My mom used to take me to this really big playground in my town. And when I say really big, I'm not exaggerating.
Like a castle.
It was probably the biggest playground you'd ever see. If only I knew the name of it.
Lucky.
The playground was entirely wooden, and every Saturday and Sunday there would be at least 50 kids playing across it, with the parents all tucked away in the shaded area, reading their magazines and whatnot.
That'll be me.
One typical busy day at the playground, I was running along a big open platform when an older woman stopped me and said hi. She kept going on and on about how cute I was, and how she loved my blonde hair. It started to seem like she knew me based off the way she was talking to me. And then she told me that my mom left and that she told her to take me home.
Oh, no.
Keep in mind I was only 6, so I believed her. The woman took me to the parking lot, to an old station wagon where a man, I now presume to be her husband, was sitting in the driver's seat. He acted all friendly to me as the woman motioned me into the back seat.
That is abduction.
But I remember him yelling and lecturing at her about something. The man drove very aggressively and quickly as he was leaving the parking lot. We came to the light at the exit of the park. It was red. Just then, a car pulled up behind us and laid on the horn. I looked behind us, and it was my mom's car. The man blew through the red light, which even I picked up on, and started flooring it down the streets. I started to cry and scream as I realized my mom didn't know these people. Not long after, the man pulled the car over and yelled at the top of his lungs at me to get out of the car. I opened the door, still crying my eyes out in fear. Ooh. My mom pulled up next to me, ran out of the car, and hugged me. In the heat of the moment, she didn't get the tag number, nor was she able to call the police since this was 2001, and there were no cell phones.
Good gosh.
I really wish I didn't remember this day so clearly. I would have rather it just been one of those memories that the brain chooses to repress.
Oh my God.
If they're not mom and dad, don't talk to strangers. Don't even acknowledge them.
Yes, you do not.
Do not get in nobody's stranger's car.
Mom said that
mom,
I can take you.
Few days gonna take that boy or girl.
I'm a single father currently living with my 5-year-old son.
Oh Lord.
I have an old wooden playground in my backyard. It has a tire swing, monkey bars, and a big slide. A couple times recently, I've heard noises coming from the playground at night. I'll start from the first night. I woke up one night last week to the sound of something squeaking from outside. I recognized it to be the sound of the rusty chain of the tire swing spinning around. I also heard a young child's laughter out there.
They always use kids' laughter as something scary.
So I went to his room to find him in his bed, fast asleep. My heart dropped as I saw him in his bed. That meant some stranger was in my yard. But when I opened the back door to the backyard, there was no one back there. The tire swing was spinning slowly, however, as if somebody had just gotten off of it. I chalked it up as some kid just sneaking into my yard and went back to sleep. The next night, however, I woke up again to the sound of someone stomping up and down the slide, once again accompanied by the sound of a child's laughter. I checked my son's room once again to find him in bed. This time I thought I'd be a little smarter about it and check the window first before going outside. Nothing was out there, though. Not on the playground, at least. I still went outside anyway just to make sure.
Get you a knife or something.
Knife and flashlight.
Or a taser.
For a couple nights, nothing happened, and I completely forgot about it. But on the third night, while in bed, a knock at my window startled me. I sat up in shock for a good minute, afraid to look outside. But eventually, I was brave enough to do so. I looked out the foggy window. Through the smudge, I could see both the swings on the swing set swinging lightly, accompanied with the laughter of a child again.
Was this a
I
ghost?
ran as fast as I could down those stairs and out the back door, but instead of finding a couple of deviant little kids back there, instead I saw some towering figure looming at the top of my playground, surely looking at me. My courage turned to pure cowardice as I turned to run back inside, lock the door, and dial 911. The wait for an officer to arrive was the longest 20 minutes I'd ever experienced.
20 minutes? You are dead.
By the time
oh my
they got there,
God.
though, the figure on the playground was gone.
Duh.
Good
They
Lord.
took down what little information I could give them and left. I wish I could say that was the last occurrence, But just last night, there was another knock at my window. I simply ignored it this time, though. I'm dreading going to sleep tonight. I think I'm gonna install security cameras on my house soon.
That's what we're gonna.
Either way, I'll give an update on what happens.
So the police took 20 minutes to get to your house.
20 minutes.
I'm assuming you're in one of our old neighborhoods.
I
Like
was 13
20
years old.
minutes.
My bedroom window faced
You
the
are
playground
dead
outside.
by that point.
It was a hot spring night with a light rain, so I had the window open, allowing me to hear the raindrops, as well as a strange squeaking sound. It really started to get annoying, so I went to the window to see what it could be. There was someone sitting on the swing set. I nearly screamed, but covered my mouth instead. What was really scary was that the swing was in the direct line of sight from my window, and the person on the swing was staring straight at my window.
Oh,
I could only hope they didn't see me.
they are bold.
I was too scared to go across the house to my parents' room. Instead, all I really wanted to do was hide in my bed and hope they would go away.
He said, "Come out
But
here."
the squeaking went on and on. I covered my ears not only because I was scared, but also because of the annoyance of the sound. And finally, at last, the squeaking stopped.
That means they got up.
You better knock on
I
your
gave it a
window.
few seconds before I
Right.
quietly got out from bed and went back to the
What if
window.
they? You see,
This time, I actually screamed.
What?
it was right in the. Yup.
The person who was previously on the swing was now standing at most 10 feet from my window, looking in, close enough for me to make out his horrid face, with his eyes locked onto mine. But only for maybe a second or two, because I went straight to my parents' room, screaming for my dad the
There
whole
you
way.
go. There you go.
My dad looked out the window, then went outside. He came back in 5 minutes later and said there were boot marks under the swings where a patch of mud accumulated, but he couldn't find the person who made them. This was 100% the scariest moment of my
You
life.
need to call police. It'll take them forever to get there, but I
20
mean, I think
minutes.
that they'll be able to like.
That I'm not getting. I'm not getting a playground in our house. That just screams out like we have children. I'm not.
Oh, in the backyard.
Yup, mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm
But
done.
I'll just take them to the park.
Yeah, take them to the
I'll
park.
take them to the park. I'll walk them to the park so you can get some fresh air and some exercise. But I don't. And plus, I don't want a playground set in the back of our yard because we have to build that. You know how hard that is?
Yeah, I'm not building it.
I've had to assist building a playground set. It ain't fun. It's very.
It just screams
difficult.
out, "Hey, we have children." No,
get
not
that.
after this. Yeah, after this.
Yeah.
No.
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 And if I take my kids to the playground, I'm going to be in full eyesight of wherever you are.
Yeah, never taking.
Wherever you run to and there's like a sitting area, I'm gonna follow you around.
Yep, never.
To make sure that I can still see you.
Never take your eyes off.
Because I don't want that abduction thing to happen because I'm gonna go to jail. Just
Yeah.
like that mom was following with the car. I wouldn't stop. I would ram into the car.
Yep.
Okay? I'm not stopping.
Yep. For
so
real.
I will be in jail. No more Jasmine in
No
videos.
more.
So
Anyway, guys, please comment below.
don't forget to like,
Subscribe.
share.
Do more.
Deuces.